Greetings. This is podcast number 8 in the flesh, in the audiophile flesh. I'm just leaving work now a little bit early. I sneaked off like a little motherfucker because it's a Monday and I don't care. That's really the long and short of it. I just had no interest and I wanted to get the fuck out of there. So that's what I did. Just got up and walked out with little regard for anyone. So, update, keeping it fresh. Last time I mentioned I was cutting weight for the jiu-jitsu competition. So the weight cut did not go as expected. I wanted to get down to 91.5 kilos. I weighed myself on Saturday morning and I was approximately 93.2 or something like that, which is a little bit, it would have just been pressure to get down. I was fucking miserable because I had cut down on the amount of carbs that I was taking into, it was, less than 50 grams of carbs a day, which is a drastic reduction, and I was training loads as well. So I was absolutely miserable. Probably cut my caloric intake in half and upped my training volume. So I was just completely malnourished and miserable, and kept that up until Saturday morning, and then realised how difficult it was going to be. I was going to have to, on top of being miserable already from just being really hungry, I was going to have to do a serious dehydration cut. And I would have just ended up weak as fuck going into the comp. So I just said fuck it. And I also wanted to go up and see my friend Mark and just chill and get some food and not be a weirdo. And I'm glad I did, because as soon as I started eating normally on the Saturday, I just bounced back to feeling normal. And and I felt pretty fresh and pretty strong for the competition. Weighed in with all my clothes on and stuff in my pockets. I was 95.9 maybe, or I can't remember exactly. So a comfortable level, and I won. I got the gold in the heavyweight category. Didn't get any finishes, didn't get any submissions. I was really trying for them, but just couldn't seem to get them. And then, but I was quite dominant everywhere else. I completely controlled the two opponents that I faced in my weight class, and felt good. Just a bit disappointed that I didn't get to finish, but happy enough with the performance. Then immediately after. Well, not immediately after. I had a couple of minutes before my absolute match, and I was just a bit burnt out, and my head wasn't in the game, and I lost that one 4-2, and I was pretty annoyed about it because I definitely was better than that guy. I just didn't do it on the day, so not good enough. But however, still pleased with the results, and that was that. So, and my buddy Mark also competed, and he did well as well. Did some real nice takedowns and some powerful double leg maneuvers. So that was that. All in all, a good experience. The takeaways from said competition include: I need to be more aggressive, particularly in the stand-up portion. I didn't shoot once. I'm not comfortable enough wrestling. My takedowns and wrestling is just pretty fundamental, pretty basic, and I'd like to be a lot more threatening. I've got a lot of tools on the ground, but not as much when I'm standing. So that's a portion of my game that I really need to start addressing a little bit more. It takes a lot of work, but definitely worth it. I didn't feel like I was inferior to anybody. But definitely felt like, I've just got a lot more confidence on the ground than I do standing. So I'd like to balance balance that equation out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was that. So glad to be getting the F out of the office and going home. It's a nice bright evening here on a Monday morning in Edinburgh, Scotland. The news just dropped today. I will be staying in Edinburgh, Scotland until November of this year, after which I will be either returning to Vancouver or going on some sort of harebrained surf trip somewhere. That's yet to be decided. But yeah, that's a scoop on that. What else has been going on? Damn. I was just reminding myself of Michael Jordan quotes today. I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And he is my favourite. He's definitely my favourite athlete of all time. The man is a relentless competitor and just a character. And I was thinking about him because I remember hearing a story a while back that whenever Michael Jeffrey Jordan was out and he would meet some ladies, particularly ladies that he liked the company of, and he was maybe interested in having them come back to his abode for whatever activities he so desired, he would make them sign a kind of like a waiver or like a legally binding document that released him from the risk of any sort of allegations or false claims of sexual misconduct. So these ladies would have to, agree to the types of activities that they may be willing to permit or something like that. And it would just pretty much be a combination of a permission/non-disclosure agreement. And that's what they had to sign if they wanted to hang out with the champ. So Michael Jeffrey Jordan laying it down strong with the legal game. And yeah, but one of my favorite quotes of MJ has to be the one where he's like, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost over 200 games. 26 times my teammates have trusted me to take the game-winning shot, and I've missed. Over and over again in my career, I have failed. And that is why I succeed." I kept saying that to my girlfriend Lacey yesterday, just driving her crazy. Over and over and over again in my career, I have failed. And that is why I succeed. She's just like, "Shut up saying that. Why do you keep repeating it?" Poor little Lacey. But yeah, that's MJ. Very unfortunate about his dad. His dad got fucking murdered. Kablamo. He got iced. For I don't know why. There's all sorts of conspiracy theories. Gambling debts. Michael is a avid gambler. He's just a furious competitor. He's big into golf. Pretty good golfer. And always talking shit. So he's just all around. He's a champion. Just elevates his teammates. It's phenomenal. That was definitely the best time to watch the NBA for sure. Was like the early mid 90s. I mean, I loved it back then. I haven't really followed it since. It doesn't have the same sort of pizzazz as back then when the New York Knicks would be like trying to rough up the Bulls, and then the Detroit Pistons were also roughhousing a little bit as well, and the big battles between MJ and Starks and Ewing too, when Jordan just dunking on Ewing, and Ewing would just have to eat that up with a dessert of slams. So it was good, and then the commentators as well would be going fucking crazy. Like people, like back in the early 90s, like fans jumping, like goofball fans jumping up and like their wigs falling off and all that kind of shit. It was just a crazy atmosphere. Dennis Rodman with his mental haircuts and stuff, just class. That was the golden era of the NBA in my book. Yeah, I haven't really doesn't have the same pizzazz anymore, I don't think, anyway. But, what the fuck do I know? Just some chump driving home from work. But, yeah, so that's today's podcast. Straight in your face, in your eardrums, electronically provided. So, see you back here next time on we're almost at 10 minutes. That was pretty nifty. Okay, be good, stay strong, bye-bye.